Hello, welcome to TRDR.tv. My name is Robert Sievers. Today we're here with a special guest, Phil Roux from ProIndicators.com. How are you doing today, Phil?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Robert.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and let's get started with the interview. Talk a little bit about your site today and kind of how you first get started in the international markets. So that is my first question: is when did you first get interested in the financial markets?
Okay, so I think it started like 5 to 6 years ago. Uh, Basically, I was just tired of my previous job. I was a DJ and composer, musical DJ and composer, and it started to get a little rough in in that uh, that sector, and I wanted to rebound. And so, first question I ask is, what am I able to do? And as my father was a trader when he retired, I I started to focus on that. I looked at my capital, and I could raise it or make it profitable somehow. And that's pretty much how I turned into trading. Just one step after all, um, step by step, just learning how to make my money work out in a profitable way.
Okay. All right. So then, would you say that your father also taught you a little bit as well, or he kind of gave you your original basis for trading as well, or did you learn that more through education, through school?
No, no. From school, I never learned anything that can get or help me in any way with the trading. I actually learned agriculture, so
Okay.
it's pretty much no related. But I'm self-learned person. I like to just put my hands on the dirt and learn from scratch. And of course, I asked a few things to my father in the first place,
Hmm.
just to understand the overall thing that was going on. But yeah, I wanted to keep my own style, not follow my father's.
Okay, understood. So then, yeah, the next question is how long have you been trading for?
Uh, the For the first couple years, at least the first year was, of course, a losing year for me. I was trading OPCVMs and things like that, just trying to make my capital work out,
Hmm.
and it didn't so well. So I kind of figured out, instead of making investment funds working for me, I rather like to understand what's going on and trade by myself, and that's how I jumped into it. Just as I said, step by step, I tried to learn what is technical analysis, how people do create trading strategies, things like that. And I've been searching for like a year, and I basically understood after that that I was made for scalping and not really for swing trading or things like that. Just about my psychology, I was uh, I was predisposed to do some scalps. So with people I found on the internet, I kind of created like a Skype group, and we were chatting all day long together, and all trying to learn how to scalp decently.
Okay.
And we kind of came up with something great, and that's how I started to make my capital profitable and raised it up. And then after that, I decided I wanted to do more than scalping. I wanted to develop intraday and eventually swing to be like a multi-time frame trader.
Okay.
And that's kind of how it all started about pro indicators, because uh, scalping is just it's actually simple, or the rules are simple, and it's just when it gets down to higher time frames that problems comes up. At least they come down for me, because I was good scalper, but I was really bad doing intraday. I was always trying to go counter trend, and it was hard for me in the first times. But so I decided to find out what is happening that I don't understand in these time frames and that I can get in my scalping time frame. And I started customizing my platform, my trading platforms, and then one step at a time, I basically learned how to code and how to customize a trading platform, create custom indicators and things like that. And uh, just step by step, naturally, I came into creating complex indicators, and it started to caught some interest from the public. They asked, "What? Oh, hey Phil, what's that? It sounds complicated but interesting. Can you tell me more about that?" And so I made a couple videos about that. I was invited in FXCM's French's office to talk about my strategy and so about my indicators. And people were asking about that. How can we find out? How can we use that? Can you explain? Can you do it? And so I decided, instead of doing that person to person, as it was way too much time consuming, I decided to create a website and publish some videos and share the indicator with the public.
Yeah, I actually I checked out your YouTube, and there's a couple different things, explaining Bollinger Bands and the trading strategies using the Pro Bundle indicators, and you also have some morning reviews in I think French and English as well. But I was wondering if maybe you could talk to us a little bit about kind of what is included on Pro indicators. Like, for example, I know there's the Pro Bundle section, which has Pro Momentum, Pro Analyzer, Pro Sine Wave. Can you try to briefly explain a little bit of what those are?
Yeah, sure. Well, I like to call the Pro Bundle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basically the core, the main pillars I have in my strategy. These are the five top-notch indicator I'm basically looking at 99% of the time,
Okay.
and I just it's just like the five main ways to look at the market that I found out during my researches, and I tried to have five angles, five ways to look at the market, but trying to make those summable in some way, meaning that I wanted the informations to be coming from different correlations, not having correlated information that I couldn't sum up, like adding moving averages and looking at MACD, for example, that is
Okay.
just coming out from the same information. And you can just add those two informations because they're correlated to price, both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make something that have different ways to look at the market through price, volume, or other complicated things. And I wanted to be able to cover as much information as possible to make the goal is to limit the risks as much as possible, because as long as you enter a trade in the market, you just expose yourself to risk, and there's also always a risk of failure. And I thought that limiting that risk as much as possible is, of course, giving the opportunity to get the as much winning trade as possible. And so I know there's lots of people that are basically hating indicators, and I respect that. I do understand anyway, but I think that for beginners or new traders or traders trying to learn time frames they're not comfortable with, I think indicators are just uh, like it's you have to use indicator because your eyes are not yet used to read the market, and indicators are meant to that. And
It's meant to
but
help
but
kind of
I'm not. I'm sorry, what?
no, I was going to say it's kind of meant to help like decipher all of the information or all of the statistics in order to really to help the people that are kind of just beginning and aren't used to seeing all of that information in all the different spots. It kind of brings it to one similar location, one easy to read location. I think that's what you're
Yeah,
trying to say. I mean,
the
yeah.
way is of course to determine if the actual price is a price available or viable to make a trade, to place a trade,
Mm-hmm.
and then define which trading side you want to place it on. But of course, it has nothing to do with like a basic RSI or something like that. I think those indicators can easily be replicated by your eyes if you have some experience on the market. I think, like if you have senior if your eyes were on your screens all day long for like a year, I think your eyes definitely knows how to replicate an RSI. Not And it's no longer needed to have it on your screen. You can basically replicate the RSI's calculations mentally. But that's not my point. What I'm trying to do with my indicators is to create complex things with heavy calculations, complex algorithm in it that your eyes, even if you're an experienced trader, cannot simply replicate, or at least maybe if you have several years of trading, I think you can. You don't need indicators if you have 10 years of trading. I think you can trade only the price itself. But the main issue I've been coming across when I was learning is that, of course, I went through indicator-less strategies and people trading just the price action. And the first thing I noticed is that to make it profitable, you have to be experienced. You have to. You needed to have spent lots of days in front of your screens watching the market and learning to identify patterns or things you can use in the market. But for that, you needed to have several years of experience, which I didn't, because I had like 2 years of experience trading and scalping the market, which was just basically for me placing order in the book. And it wasn't really related with intraday. So basically I have like 2 or 3 years, I think maybe just 2 years of experience in intraday and swings timeframes, which is actually the beginning of my indicators development.
Okay, so you're then still expecting to maybe put out some more indicators over the next couple of years, as you kind of.
No, that's.
Sorry, as maybe.
Sorry, I didn't let
No,
you
it's
finish.
okay. There's a little bit of a delay here, so it's hard to really have the conversation. So no, are you thinking about putting a couple more indicators throughout the years as you maybe get a little bit more experienced in intraday trading and swing trading? I mean, I know you already said you have 2 years, which is obviously more than I have, so congratulations on that. But are you thinking about adding a couple? I mean, you already have a lot of different indicators. Like I know there's also the pro tools and the pro strategy sections. And so my question is just to you: Are you still adding new indicators to the website, or are you simply improving upon the ones that are already there?
Yeah, it's kind of both.
Okay.
Lately, I just added one single indicator, which is Pro BB. It's just because for years I've been forgetting about that special part, and I thought this was important, and this could be added to what I call the bundle, the main pillars of my strategy,
Okay.
the solid rock. And
Excuse me for one
I thought
second.
this one needed
The
to
the
be added because what?
the Pro BB, is that Pro Bollinger Bands?
Yeah, it stands for Bollinger
Okay.
Bands.
Okay.
Yep,
Sorry, I just wanted
but
to.
that's
Sorry.
a little bit more complex Bollinger Bands indicator.
Okay.
That is helping me to somehow understand what a scalper doesn't really understand in the background. It is the trend. This notion of trend is really obscure for a scalper because. By definition, a scalper doesn't have to care about trend.
Yeah.
It all have to care about prices and ways the prices is constructing and where there is lack of construction or things like that. It's complicated to explain a scalping strategy. Uh, but yeah, Pro BB was just lately added, but I think it's probably going to be the last one.
Okay.
Concerning the bundle, because the bundle is just the core of my strategy. I don't want things to go overcomplicated with tons of indicators. I just want to focus on the main indicators, which I'm looking at 99% of the time. And then I have what I like to call the pro tools, that are just different tools that can be added from time to time or for different additional purposes. Like I have a calendar. It's things that not really related with my core indicators, but that can give some spices and help people creating their own strategy, creating their own mix. Because I don't pretend to be a coach or thing like that, and I don't want to. But all I want to do to help people in their own way is to show them how I use my indicators and make them customizable as much as possible to make them suitable to like anyone, so they can customize my own customized indicator to
Okay.
make them suitable to their needs and to their strategy.
Okay. Awesome. And then my next question was is well, you just kind of said that you don't necessarily do very much education. It's just more for actually creating the indicators that will help give the tools to the traders to be able to follow along their own personal strategies. But one of the things that I did notice was that you do have a live trading room. I think it's in French, and also a couple webinars. So I was wondering what those kind of entail. What do you do necessarily in the live trading room and in the webinars?
Okay, yeah, I have problem dealing with double languages because lots of my people following me are basically French.
Okay.
So I do my best to support them, and it actually came on the way. So I had no intentions in the first place to do some educational courses, do this live page, and it all came all the way down on the way because there was lots of demands. Just basically as Pro Indicator got created, it's all just responding to requests and demands from people. First, they asked to get the indicator, so I gave them. Then they asked to customize, so I gave them. And regarding the time I've been spending to customize them, to make them customizable, actually, regarding this time that wasn't profitable for me because I was sparing times from my own trading to help people using my indicators. So that's why I made them paid indicators for some of them, and most of them are free, or completely free. But and after that, after giving them the indicators, I had several requests of people asking me, Phil, how are you using those? They're way too complicated to understand. So I started to create some kind of market reviews to show the people how I was trying to read the market throughout the indicators.
Okay.
And then after that, they've been asking for more. Phil, can you do live tradings for us? And so I'm just basically trying to do my best. And right now that international customers are trying to are getting a lot more than previously, they also ask for new videos in English. So basically, I'm trying to do what I can with my two bare hands.
It's almost as if you have to do all the content twice, you know? You have to do it once in French, once in English, and then maybe learn a third
Yeah,
language, you know, so you can get a couple more people. Learn some Chinese
yeah,
or there you go.
that's enormous work. I think most of the people just can't realize how much amount of work this requires just to make the website running on, making, uploading new videos. As I update the indicator, I need to update the videos. I need to remake the videos in French and also in English. I'm doing on daily basis. Market reviews on the morning, that I call the briefings. I'm making briefings at 8 a.m. for French customers every
Okay.
day, just showing them what sensible price sections I am going to trade on today. And right now, I'm trying to make the same on a weekly basis for English customers.
Okay.
So I'm doing it on Fridays, end of Fridays. I'm doing a weekly review showing how we can identify the turning points that we had on the week using the indicators. But I'm doing my best just to compensate the lack of information that there is for English customers.
Okay. Do you trade mostly do you trade mostly in the European stocks, or is it mostly in the US? Is it a little bit of both? Or I guess I should also say,
Uh,
is it Forex as well, or what kind of financial assets are you trading?
I think when I started back then, I kind of I've been kind of traumatized by Forex.
Okay.
So I never ever touched that again. So
Okay.
maybe today I'm trying to getting a little more familiar with it, but there is still some dangerous background for me on Forex.
Okay.
And I kind of read it because it's correlated to stock market, especially for USD GPI and things like that. I'm following those things, and I'm even trading from time to time on it. But I keep on using Forex pairs that are related to my indexes.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, I'm trading mostly the European session on the German index. That's the most traded for European retail traders.
Okay.
But yeah, back then when I was scalping the E-mini, so I pretty much very well know the E-mini as well.
Okay. So you did a little bit of the U.S. and a little bit of
Yeah,
European
for a
assets as well.
scalper, the
Okay.
E-mini is like the gold mine.
Gotcha, gotcha. Um, so my next question is, how can interested users test out your indicators? Like, say they don't necessarily want to pay right away; they just want to kind of test them out. Is there a way that people can get an idea of kind of the different indicators and check them out before they necessarily have to pay?
Yes, of course. About that, as I said, it wasn't meant to be profitable
Okay.
about pro indicators. I actually, I'm giving um, hold the sales. I'm just giving them away. Uh, I just did recently. I'm just giving them away to national organizations,
Okay.
and I don't want to make it profitable. Of course, it reduces my taxes, so I'm not doing that for free, for sure. I'm not lying about that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take profits out of this. It's just I'm doing this because I'm passionate, and I want to share that passion with people. And if I can help some people finding out their own strategies and building their own trading systems, I think that's the best. That's actually what I'm looking for. And I didn't want people to necessarily pay for the indicators. I wanted 100% satisfaction. So I wanted people to try out what they will eventually buy later on. So there is free demo. It's actually quite simple. It needed some restrictions in some way. So I thought the most comfortable for everyone was just a 15-minute demo. So it's locked on FXCM because I can't code or I can't replicate the indicators on other trading stations.
Okay.
So it's locked for FXCM users on their trading station. And all they have to do is basically download the package on the website, install the indicators, and most of them are free, completely free, so they can use without a problem. And just the bundle indicators and some other complicated tools are paid. And so they are giving a demo by default, meaning that they will stop updating after 15 minutes, and all you have to do is simply reload the chart, meaning like changing the time frame, coming back to the previous one, and you're back in with 15 new minutes. So it's not very complicated to update, and you just have to reload your chart every 15 minutes, and you have a little demo message in the middle of your screen. And of course, you can test the indicator in their entire functionalities. They're just the same as you'll get if you want to buy. It's just buying a license after that. It's just removing demos restrictions, and
The
that's it.
15 minutes.
But
Okay.
you have basically this exact same indicator that you tested before.
Okay, so well, that sounds like a great way that people can test out your indicators before they really, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
it's not crazy expensive to buy them, but it's nice, I think, for people to have the chance to try them. So I recommend that our viewers go to check out your website, proindicators.com, and check out at least the free trial to see if any of the indicators are something that would work with their trading styles, and so something that they could be interested in. Because it sounds like, just me talking to you today, it sounds like this is something that you're very you're very passionate about, something that you've really spent a lot of time on, and something that you do not for your own personal gain, but for, to help other people and to also make them available to other people. So, it seems like you're doing it for all the right reasons, and I highly recommend that people go check it out.
Yeah, that's sweet. Thanks, you.
No, of course.
But yeah, that's actually the goal. I just want to somehow. I'm not a saint. That's not what I'm trying to say.
It's
But
too late. You already
uh,
came off like that,
yeah, I basically I have two types of users coming along. I have brand new beginners, people that have less than a year or two of experience of day trading. So they are creating their strategy. Some of them are creating them from scratch, meaning they have nothing in the background.
Okay.
And for those people, they usually require like weeks of understanding, because there's lots of videos to watch in the
Of course.
website, and I absolutely want people to watch the video before using the indicators, because they are complicated. They need to understand what is going on in the background. Otherwise, it's worthless. If you don't understand what your indicator is doing, how can you trade using it? So it requires some learning time to make them profitable, and otherwise, and on the other side, sorry, I had experienced trader on the way, creating or perfecting their own strategies. They already have their strategies, like using Ichimoku and combining it with like Bollinger Bands or things like that.
Okay.
And they can try, for example, to put some spices in their already existing strategy using, for example, Pro BB or Pro Machin. Essayer trying to I'm sorry, I just
No, it's
put some
okay. Don't
French.
worry about it.
I mean, just like trying some of my bundle indicators and see if they respond to that, if they feel like natural to them, and if they do, maybe trying to add this indicator to their own strategy and make it more risk control. The more non-correlated indicators you use, the more risk you handle, and the less space you leave for risk to come into your strategy and into your trades.
All right. Well, I mean, I think that was good. So you actually do teach a little bit to some of the beginners as well. You teach them how to use the different indicators, and do you also teach them your basic intraday trading strategy or your swing trading strategy so that they can kind of use your same pro bundle? I mean, is that all kind of included in, you include the strategy as well as the indicators?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. As I said, it wasn't meant to be in the first place. It's just
Yeah, that's
it
how it
came along,
evolved. Yeah.
and I I just answered lots of requests about, Phil, tell us how to use it because we don't understand. It's way too complicated. So yeah, there is the daily videos
Okay.
that I do on the morning, and then these live trading room.
Gotcha.
In which I'm actually giving in real time, or as much as I can. I'm giving explanations, and I'm giving the trading I'm doing in real time. Like, for example, if
Okay.
right now I'm scalping upward, then I will tell it. I will tell that
In the
in
live
the
trading room.
live trading. But of course, it's just for Frenchies, and maybe in the future I will, if there is many answers from English customers, then maybe I will try duplicate that and making as well an English trading room. But it's already taking me so much time. Because I'm taking my profits from trading. So if Pro Indicators is reducing my trading skills, then I'm no longer profitable. So and that's not the goal. So I'm doing my best with the free time I have to spend for that. But tradings come first.
You're a busy man. I mean, it also seems like you have some soundproofing equipment behind you. So I'm guessing
Yeah, that comes from my previous
yeah,
job.
you're
Yeah.
still making some music occasionally, or is it?
Yeah, I still do
Oh,
tweak a
okay.
little things out
Yes.
there.
So you're a very busy man. You got a lot of things
Yeah, when
going
I
on.
got the time, because yeah, there's family time to spend as well.
All right. Well, Philip, I think that's most of the time that we have for today. Is there anything else that you kind of wanted to talk about or discuss or tell us about before we finish up for today?
Yeah, maybe just one last thing.
Okay.
If there is beginners listening to us today, I think the uh, the most uh, the most common way uh, I've seen when new traders are trying to trade the market, they usually look at professional traders all over the web, and they are trying to identify which one are giving the best signals, which one are trading the best, and they are trying to simply copy what those people are doing. And if there is just one simple advice I can give you out, is never try to copy anyone. If you're trying to simply replicate another trader's strategy, your odds of being a profitable trader with someone else's strategy is like less than 5%. So if you want to base your future on 5% odds, then you luckily won't be a trader. Yeah, try and learn from all you can see all over the web, but the most important is that you need to mix that up to suit your own needs, your own profile, your own trader's profile, and yours is unique. It has nothing to do with others. So don't try to replicate, don't try to simply copy someone else's strategy. Try to understand what's going on with their strategy and take out what you think is profitable for you, but not just the whole thing. It doesn't has to come from one single person. That's what that's the only advice I give to new traders.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. I mean, I think that makes sense. There's so much of trading that involves your personality, your discipline, your mental state that, you need to find a trading system that you understand, that you believe in, or else all of that discipline is going to, kind of go to waste if you don't understand, the system or the strategy that you're trying to copy or implement. You're not going to have that required discipline to actually follow through and keep going and doing it, day after day, year after year. So I completely agree with you. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to say, thank you very much for joining us today. I know that you're already on Trader TV, but I look forward to, if you're interested, maybe doing a couple, seeing some morning briefings on Trader TV, or something more information about proindicators.com. So if you get the chance, we'd love to see it. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. I have a few plans. I think I will, from time to time, whenever it will be possible, make some trading lives for like half an hour spending with you when there is a scalping day or a perfect scalping day. I will, if I can. That's an idea
Oh, of course.
I had for English traders, because there's like a serious lack of information for you guys. So that's an idea I had, and I'll do my best to make it come through in the future.
Well, we also have some French traders as well. So if you're too
Yeah, I
lazy
know.
to translate, on peut le faire en français aussi. C'est pas grave.
Ah. uh,
Um,
I think I will do also a French interview with your colleague in the next couple of days, or whenever you'll be ready to do so.
no, I think
So
that'd be good.
yeah, it will be much easier for me in my natural language.
Well, you did a great job today. So I
Yeah, thank you.
I understood everything, and you did a really good job, in my opinion. So yeah,
All right.
thank you, Phil. I hope to see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Goodbye,
All
Robert.
right, have a nice day, Phil.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you very much for joining us here on Trader TV. That was Phil Roux from proindicators.com. I highly recommend, you go check out his site if you're looking for some indicators and you're looking for a basic strategy on how to implement them. We had a couple, he gave us a couple examples today. So I highly recommend you go check it out. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a good day trading.